Today we have a special stream on our hands, folks. I have decided to pay TyTyKiller to turn me into a god of Path of Exile racing. But in all seriousness, I'm casting the race tomorrow. And I thought it would be a cool hands-on experience to better inform my casting. Get some cool hands-on, get a little bit of extra insights, and then be the best caster that I can be. Alrighty, anyhow, folks, this is the wonderful and magnificent, none other than the TyTyKiller, the chillest gorilla. He's gonna be coaching me for the next 2 hours. Watch as I magically transform into a Path of Exile racing god before your very eyes.
That's right.
I didn't do my homework. He gave me homework.
Right.
Says it's alright. He gave me homework to do. I did 10 minutes of my 59-minute homework that I was supposed to do before this session. So we're gonna go into this. Fairly blind. But I would like for you to teach me the strat that you're gonna be using tomorrow in the 80 race, the 80 camel race starting tomorrow.
In an ideal world, you would create your witch, and then you'd create Scion, and then you'd only have to log over once.
Yeah, I can do that.
When you first start off, like let's say the new league just launched, or you just got into the race, you'd start off as Scion first, and then you'd go on to the witch.
Oh, okay.
So witch would be ideal, but
all right, I'll just make both now, shall I, to get us started?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm using solo self found, so we don't have a stash or anything like that. And Scion for the mule.
Yep.
Bash my keyboard a little bit. Perfect. Jesus, you can't redeem 100% off Path of Exile right now, mate. All right, TyTyKiller will be delivering you a 100% off free copy of Path of Exile. Personally, he's going to personally arrive at your doorstep with a free copy of Path of Exile for you. By the way,
check your mailbox. I will be in there.
Perfect. Thanks for watching so many hours of my stream, Jesus. All right, let's do it, mate. Shall we begin?
So there's a few different clicks we gotta do. So like as soon as you stand up, you gotta like click up, stand up, click skip all tutorials, and you're gonna set another movement key to move only. So whatever feels comfortable for you, you're gonna be using that a lot in addition to your left click as well as your second move only command. Oh,
okay. Yep, I can do that. That's for inventory management. I gotcha. Can I start? Do I pick up the sword?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, sweet. Oh no, it doesn't. I don't have auto equip on.
Oh no. I do like auto equip.
I might have to put the auto equip on then. All right, temporary break from the race.
All right, I'll pause the timer.
You got a timer going for me, nice. Auto equip on. No, on. I'm fumbling already. I'm so nervous.
There you go.
How do you deal with race nerves, Mr. TyTyKiller?
I mean, don't you think I would be the last person to ask?
Hey, you've had some good experience with this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess after getting 4th place, then I just get used to it now.
Top 4 Path of Exile racer made it to the grand finale.
In the world.
Indeed.
Something to note is that you're gonna need to put auto attack on one other key on your hotbar so that it makes it easier to kill Hillock.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll get Hillock like really close to 50% HP, and then you just need to like auto attack him with your basic attack instead of spectral. Okay. So you're gonna put him up against a rock, the one with the little fire on it. So you're gonna put him right up against that, and you're gonna go on the other side and then throw spectral throws like that.
It's not close enough. Like that?
There you go. Yeah, just like that. So then you're gonna like start auto attacking when he's about 50%. Yeah, I mean, you would go back to spectral throw now. You can only use 1 mana flask before he enrages, otherwise you're gonna run out of mana like this. And Waggle was in a very similar position, so you're gonna have to run around him. I believe counterclockwise. So you like auto attack him counterclockwise.
No, I got this. I've done naked Hillock kills before. This is one thing I can do. I've already scuffed it. Oh no.
Yeah. This is something I learned in Gucci Hobo League. It's pretty cool. A little bit of game knowledge.
I have been there, but the silent kill's not easy. Take a bit of skill, eh?
So every time we go to town, we're gonna log out because it's gonna put us in the middle of town.
Perfect. We go to Tarkly and we just grab whatever, right? But we got to check
we grab
the
green gem because we want to make a topaz later. Here we look at the second tab, and we look for our colors. So like blue, blue, green, 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 blue.
But I can't see the colors if I type.
Correct. That's a mistake I made at ExileCon. But after you do that, then you type the NN. I mean, you could already have NN on copy paste, but
Do we get do we go for like a blue green or something one tier? I noticed I have one already.
So we have one already. So you're just gonna go ahead and grab a Stormblast mine.
Okay, Stormblast mine in here. Gotcha.
Yep.
Let me just stash
everything. You're gonna throw
right?
everything in stash. Yep.
Stash it all. Alright, so this character is our mule, which is designed specifically for getting Onslaught and a little bit of extra gear for other starting character as a bonus.
Yep. I mean, you would think that Witch would get Onslaught in the year 2020, but it's just not. The technology's not here, so I guess we don't get it.
No, it's just not there yet. One day, maybe. One day.
But it is one of the strongest classes in the game for speed leveling due to its position on the tree, so...
Nice.
Kind of balances it out.
Now, the hillock kills should be a little bit easier this time, though, right?
A lot easier, yeah. One thing you can do is, if you open your inventory and weapon swap, and then set both your, like, whatever is comfortable for you to move only. I like to use the unlinked blue, green, red one that you get in my offhand. That way you can level up gems like Added Lightning or Herald of Ice if you don't have a spot for them on your current gear, and you can still gain level on them, because they matter a lot based on gem levels.
Probably shouldn't have moved below him there.
That's alright.
Easy. Easy.
Ooh, the Iron Ring as well.
Are we going to identify and equip that? The rare iron ring?
Nope.
Nope. Just keep it.
Yep.
Got it. My dog is very curious about this ghost.
Take off the chest piece. And so normally you'd log out and you'd click on your stash.
Yes.
That's right. You can grab the freezing pulse here. And we're going to do the same thing as earlier. So we're going to look for our colors, which are going to be like a combination of like blue, blue, green, 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 blue, that kind of thing. I'm not seeing anything, so you can just put in the NN.
NN for move speed? No move speed boots. Yep. We're doing this ethically. So we've got to grab everything out of our stash as well. I did forget about that.
Mm-hmm. And for people who don't know, NN looks for runner's boots, which are 10% movement speed boots. So here we'll talk to Nessa.
Not best.
And you have to sell items because you picked up everything. Not so the ones though.
Yep. But everything else?
Yep, pretty much.
But we do keep our... And do we keep the ring, you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so are you buying anything from the vendor here? I don't think so, right?
So you look for your colors again. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they don't look for their colors every time they can. So that's a blue, blue, green. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to go Freezing Pulse, Onslaught. Yep, you already know. And we can put an Arcane Surge there because we've got nothing else to put in there for now.
Oh, we have Arcane Surge. Perfect. Okay, and we don't need Fireball really, do we? But we do put Stormblast Mine in here.
Mm-hmm. And you can reconfigure your keys to be however you want. I like to use the unlinked blue, green, red wand in my offhand so that I can level up gems.
I see. Whoops. We're good to move on.
Okay. Yeah, we're good to move.
And we're going up the spell damage into Lightning Walker at the start, right? Okay, perfect. I've made it. I'm going too fast and making mistakes. I sold the wand I was supposed to keep.
It's not that big of a deal.
All right. So with Delirium, are you going to be engaging with any Delirium stuff tomorrow? At what point will you start doing that? I'm guessing not at the beginning, because it's pretty brutal at the beginning.
Yeah, no, anybody doing it in mudflats is just asking to die.
Yep, I've been there.
Gonna be starting in ledge, but doing it periodically.
Okay.
And usually, one of the biggest things is that I like to do inventory management while I'm running on the coast, because there's nothing else to do. Like, you see that green spectral throw that's in your inventory?
Yeah.
If you were to pick up some really big, bulky items,
that would get in the way. If your inventory gets
too full, yeah, it'd be in the middle of everything.
Gotcha.
The combo on a lot of these mobs is going to be just, get a decent-sized pack like that right there, and you're going to throw it on a Stormblast Mine once, and then freeze pulse the rest of it down. And keep moving along. Whenever you hit these nests, it's going to enrage all the rows.
So
it'll also help you group them up together. So like I'd stop for that. That's a lot of XP right there.
Now, are we trying to get like a full level here, or just most of a level?
Typically, just enough to get Stormblast Mine leveled up, so then in Hail Rake's a bit easier. These
Yeah.
glyphs are always going to be on the form of a triangle, so you're going to want to go down into the left. Unless it's way up in the top left, but that'd be unlikely.
Thankfully not.
So I definitely stop for this before I pick up the nest, because you've got the magic back there.
Ah, yeah, and we don't have to worry about the enrage then.
Yep. And you can go to move along now, because you've already killed most of the pack.
Sweet. Oops. Down over this way. And then we're hitting this waypoint and going to go do Tidal Island. Straight there or to town first?
You go to Tidal Island.
Straight to Tidal Island. Okay.
Basically, early on, we're going to want to minimize how many times we go back to town. And if we go and do Tidal Island, it doesn't make much sense to go do that. Grab our Quicksilver and then go do Mudflats and then go back to town for Frostbomb. It also doesn't make sense to do Mudflats, go back to town, grab Frostbomb, not be able to use it, and then go to Tidal Island.
Right.
So we just do both of them at once.
Okay. Now, for detonating mines on like bosses like this, do you just mash detonate, or do you build up a stack and then detonate?
It depends on the boss, and it also depends on what kind of move or phase the boss is in. But this one, sometimes the AI is a little weird. You're gonna want to pick up those gloves. The wool gloves right there, the blue-green, yep. And you can go and log out. And remember to exit the character screen, or if you're on a league start, you'll put it back in the queue.
No, not the queue. I feel like my filter isn't working that I got.
Oh, did you get the sounds?
No, I didn't get the sounds. I might just have to go with my regular semi-strict filter then. So we get our Quicksilver and Lesser Poison, correct?
Yep. And you're also going to want to sell 3 of those Lesser Life Flasks for a level 3 flask.
Can do that.
And you're going to sell both Chest Piece, the Dagger.
Everything else should be good.
And you're going to, again, check for your colors. So we don't have a blue-green here, but you can check for, like, there's a blue-blue-blue.
Green? Oh, we need blue-blue-blue, not blue-blue-green?
Yep. I mean, you've already got blue-blue-green. So.
Sure. Okay. So we can swap this one out.
And I would put Stormblast Mine in, like, your gloves, or just anywhere else, really.
Okay.
So here you're going to want to purchase Swift Assembly and Orb Storms.
Swift Assembly is this one, and Orb of Storms is Frostbomb, Orb of Storms. Do we get Frostbomb here or later?
You're going to get Frostbomb from Quest Reward.
Oh, okay. And do we put Swift Assembly in place of...
Nope, you can't use it anywhere. So you're looking for a green blue now.
Oh, we get Frostbomb here. Gotcha.
Yep. And you're gonna go Frostbomb. And you can put that there. You can put the Orb of Storms in that setup with Arcane Surge. And I like to use Frostbomb linked to Frost Blink and Onslaught.
Frostbomb linked to Frost Blink and Onslaught. So Frost Blink over here.
Because Frost Blink will actually kill a lot of mobs itself, like early on, and so you'll want to use that.
Gotcha. And we're looking for colors. Now we're looking for blue, anything blue-green, right?
Pretty much.
It's like
I mean, you see it on the helm, but it's a bit expensive. I would probably just wait till I find a blue-green or like a green-blue, and don't forget for movement speed.
Oh yes, check the NN. Too much time in town, TyTyKiller. I gotta go, buddy.
Yep. That's usually what gets people tripped up.
Yeah, we gotta move.
Racing becomes really fun when you have a checklist of things you need to do and you execute on it quickly.
And
what's cool is that Act 1 can be reset quite often. So
I gotta set up my skills.
Yep. A decent portion of the time, I won't be level 4 entering Submerged, and so you just barely made it to level 4. Submerged is one of the harder zones because imagine going through this zone, but also having to put in all your skills and then reconfiguring your skill bar at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of skill stuff going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So here you're gonna place a portal. Yep. So anytime you encounter a pack, you're just going to Frost Bomb on top of it, and then Frost Blink away. If you get to a pack like this and your Frost Bomb's on cooldown, you're going to put down Orbistorms and you're going to throw Stormblast Mines at it.
But we're not going to Orbistorms too much otherwise.
Correct.
Okay.
Because Frost Bomb and Frost Blink will pretty much kill everything at this stage of the game.
Ah, okay. Except if I'm not like targeting them on the same mobs.
Yeah.
Oops. There's Frost Bomb in the middle of nowhere.
That's okay. Even the best players make mistakes all the time.
Thank you. Yes, even the best players like ZiggyD make mistakes sometimes.
It's true.
So you're gonna hit
I like to do Delirium. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I just do it for a bit. You'll encounter these and you'll just Orbistorms and Stormblast mine them down. This is basically just to get me strong enough to get my Wandcraft by level 8.
So should we end it at a certain point here?
If you want to end it at 2, that's okay. So I would stop for that. It's a pretty nice pack of Delirium. Should be able to get you to 2, wherever you want to go. Careful. And anytime you want to really like kill a pack of monsters, like a really big pack, so you can go to end Delirium now. But anytime you get a really big pack of monsters or like an elite pack that you want to kill, you're going to throw down Orbistorms and you're going to use Stormblast Mine.
Gotcha.
Anytime you find rare items, you get a little happy on the inside because we have a checklist. We need to get a transmute and we need to get an alteration by the time that we get to either Ab Brutus or Fast Brutus.
I feel very happy on the inside right now.
I'm glad.
I'm getting guided through Path of Exile. Feels so good. Thanks for the subs, folks.
It does feel kind of cool because back in Legacy League, I played the races, like the last like races that grinding your games really held.
Yeah.
Outside ExileCon, and I played a lot of Ranger, and guess who had a bunch of Ranger VODs on YouTube?
Oh, how the tables turn, huh?
Yep.
The turntables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did leave the dagger behind. I should have grabbed as well. I just grabbed the wand.
Yeah, that's okay.
Even the best players make mistakes sometimes, chat.
It's true. One thing to note is how much items sell for. So, like for example, a rare item, no matter what it is, if you sell it unidentified, you'll get 5 transmute shards, which is a fourth of a transmute. If you identify it, it can either sell for a number of alteration shards, or it can sell for an augment. Usually, we don't like that.
Okay. Do we worry about essences?
Not if it's a wheelie boy.
Ooh, okay.
Wheelie boys are how you die.
Yep, I'm feeling a little bit scared right now. I'm not gonna lie.
So when you're feeling scared, you just gotta Orbistorms, throw down a bunch of mines, Frost Blink away, and you can go to end Delirium now. We're at 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could go to 3, but it really depends on your character.
Okay.
A cool thing to note coming up is the hill with Navali. If you walk into the middle of it, all the goats will die. But if you Frost Blink up the side of it, then the goats won't get smashed.
This way here?
Yep.
Oh,
you gotta go around it.
Ah, okay.
That's okay though. Some people actually help Navali in the race so that they have a vendor in their hideout.
Ah, okay. I'm not going to.
That's okay. I don't either.
Sweet. How do you end Delirium? You can bind it to a hotkey or you can click the button. I actually have it bound to a hotkey, but I always forget.
You can actually Frost Blink through a lot of these doors, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
But we're gonna go back to town here and we're gonna go do Dweller. So you should just spam your Quicksilver because your flask will always recharge when either you go back to town or you level up.
We go back through the portal.
Yep, we're gonna go through the portal. And we're gonna go look for Dweller of the Deep.
Okay, so he'll be off to the left.
Probably. Yep.
Perfect.
God gamer. Here you're looking for a very specific wall, and if you keep going up, you'll see it.
Specific wall.
Not quite that up.
Not too far? This way.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I mean, you see it here, so you can just hop over that thing. But whenever you find Dweller, so like if you want to just see what the wall looks like if you go the other way, so that's obviously Dweller. But we can check out the wall afterwards, because the wall is like the really big teller here in the zone. I don't know how much you want to go in depth on like finding stuff, or if you just want to go over fundamentals.
Yeah, no, it's pretty useful.
Don't forget the iron ring. Iron rings are super important.
So where's this tell wall?
If you look at the wall right there, it's gonna be like to the right. It's gonna look really weird.
Oh, weird.
Oh, it doesn't look. Yeah, it'll be like flat, and it won't look like it belongs there. But yeah, you can go and transmute.
Nice.
But yeah, it'll look something like that, lol. You can go ahead and log out now.
Thank you, Size Up, for the sub, buddy. Appreciate it. Sorry if I missed some subs during this. I'm in full focus mode, chat. All right.
Here you're going to want to make the wand craft. So you're going to check your inventory, and you're always going to do a check of how much money you have. So add a lighting, yep. And then you're going to want to identify things, because we need alteration shards.
Right.
So yep.
Gotcha.
That's not good. ID, yep. And you're just going to go want to sell everything there. You could temporarily use that blue wand because it has damage to spells, but it makes it hard because you'd have to swap out the wand whenever you need a blue. So
gotcha.
I would sell that. I would sell the whetstone as well, because the whetstone is 4 scrolls of wisdoms. And so we're going to take, you're going to sell items, and you're going to sell the iron ring that you've equipped, as well as the spectral throw. Or splitter, either one, and that'll make a topaz ring. If you use a blue gem, then it'll make a sapphire ring.
Gotcha. So what do
Here you want to take off. Sorry.
Yeah. Continue.
I was just gonna say you're gonna want to take off the blue-green wand, or either one. You have your colors, so it's desirable. Usually we just use the one that we're gonna use for a long time. You're gonna transmute it, and then at the vendor. Oh, we already got cold damage spells. That's kind of cool.
Is that enough, or is the vendor craft better?
The vendor craft's a lot better, but what this means is that because we can actually do another wand craft, we're going to do it on the other one. So you're going to sell the iron ring, the rare one, and that'll give you transmute shards. And now you have a transmute, and now you can do the wand craft on this one.
So we need to transmute this one.
Yep. And then you're going to sell that wand with an alteration and the topaz ring.
Gotcha.
And I want you to look at the Stormblast Mine before you equip this wand and after you equip this one. So if you look at like the tooltip damage.
22 to 49. Nice, more than doubled.
Mm-hmm. And this wand craft is why it's really good.
Okay, and we're going, we've got Onslaught with, oh wait, I think I've done this wrong. We used Frostblink and Onslaught and Frostbomb. An Arcane Surge with Orb of Storms. And do we...
So we've already got our ones. We're not going to look for anything else. You're going to look at Tarkly, though, because he's going to give you a skill point, and you're going to look for your colors for Stormblast Mine.
Gotcha.
It feels a little off if we're on a 1-link Stormblast Mine, especially after all the nerfs.
What colors are we looking for Stormblast? We need a green, right? So blue-green?
Yeah, blue-green, green-blue, any one of those. I mean, we're not going to use those.
The hat?
I wouldn't buy that because it's too expensive.
Okay. There's so many scrolls though.
You do, but you're never gonna have too many scrolls. So
fair enough. Okay. Yeah, right. So nothing here for us then for the Stormblast Mine. But we do have added lighting in a spare slot here for Orb of Storms. So it feels like that's a reasonable thing to equip.
Normally you would go Frostbomb with added lighting and Onslaught.
Okay.
So you could switch out the Frostbomb. Early on, I like using Frost. It's really whatever you want to do.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
Just know that your Frostblink can and will one-shot everything, even without any damage, and that you won't be proccing Onslaught off that.
We take Lightning Walker here, right?
Yep. And now you're going to go for Elemental Overload after that.
Okay, cool.
So here we're going to look to do the trial.
Is the trial around here somewhere?
Yep. Sorry.
Alright. Slip.
And at this point, I would stop doing delirium.
Oh, okay.
By the way.
No more delirium. Got it.
Yep. We basically do it just to get our wand craft because you can see that we're ultra omega powerful. Yep, there we go. Go ahead and equip those.
And we want to put Stormblast Mine and Swift Assembly. And do we want something else in there?
You can put Added Lightning in there.
Lol. Ouch.
But I would only put Added Lightning in on bosses. So it's easier to do for like Brutus and stuff because you've got a really long walk up to Brutus, right?
Yep. Gotcha. So we're trying to put, did you say Added Lightning on the Stormblast Mine?
Yeah, when we walk up to Brutus. Oh, JD Amulet. Wow. That's cool.
Nice.
Basically, we're going to want to use Smoke Mine with Flame Dash after Brutus, but we don't have the dexterity to do it as a witch. So we need to either buy a JD Amulet or get a piece of gear with dexterity on it. So finding one is the best case scenario.
It looks like Frostbottom is one-shotting packs now, so I don't have to worry too much about the Frost Blinks hitting. Oh, didn't. So do we go left out to Elemental Overload?
Yep.
Pro Racer yet? I think so. I think I'm getting there. Yeah.
Yep.
Already feel like a bit of a god. It's already a lot more efficient, even though I'm like learning a lot of this stuff as we go, than my regular leveling.
We path left side for chat because there's a lot of other nodes on left side that we need. So like we want to go to Templar area. Well, first we want to go to Dark Arts, but after that we want to go to the Templar area. So that's why going to the left is why we path through that instead of like going through the lightning damage stuff.
So did we want Added Lightning on Stormblast Mine for Brutus?
Yep.
Okay.
And so our combo on any and all bosses is we're going to throw down our Orbistorms, and then we're just going to throw down Stormblast Mines.
Okay. Don't worry about
If you feel confident throwing Stormblast Mines behind them and that they won't die, you can build up a nice chain. If you don't, you can just detonate them. Just mash detonate. Basically, as soon as a mine dies, you lose damage. So you can think of it like that.
This is why I didn't do this on hardcore. Oops.
Yeah, lots of bosses are really scary. I like how a lot of bosses are. I think Brutus is a good example of a boss that is difficult, but still fair. I think bosses like Merville are a bit too tanky. I think that Act 10 Innocence is very much too tanky. But here, we're going to go in and, log out, log back in. And at this point, you're going to take inventory of what you have and what you need. This is all racing is, basically. We're looking and seeing like, okay, well, we need a transmute, or the rest of a transmute to get to Smoke Mine. So I wait to ID boots until after I've sold everything else. Yeah. So I would check and see if you get up to your transmute from selling all this other stuff.
Or if you show up.
Seems like we don't quite get there. So I'm going to go ahead and sell one of those and sell the other boots as well. It's not that big of a deal because we've got our colors on our boots anyways.
Yep. Gotcha.
Here you want to purchase Smoke Mine from Nessa as well as pick up Flame Dash.
Flame Dash. So Flame Dash is replacing Frost Blink.
Yep. And then you're going to put Added Lightning back in the other one.
For clearing, right? Gotcha. And then we get Smoke Mine down here, which this is gonna be very interesting.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna need to change some hotkeys.
That is a-okay.
Alright, then we're back to Prisoner's Gate, which we get that waypoint just by killing Brutus. Chat, if you didn't know that before.
Yep. Here you're just gonna like hug one side of the wall until you find that little ledge. Yeah, there you go. You get the gist of it.
The gist of it. Chronicles, thank you for the sub, mate. Appreciate it. They do share cooldowns, though, I notice.
So basically, Smoke Mine increases your movement speed, not by as much anymore, but it's still really good. And by using 2 movement skills at once, we get to get more uptime on running, which is just more uptime on the bonus movement speed that Smoke Mine gives us. On top of that, movement skills work in an interesting way now. If you haven't used a movement skill in a while, it will check and see if you've used a movement skill recently. And if you haven't used a movement skill recently, it will actually go faster. So like, if you haven't used Flame Dash in a while, it will Flame Dash faster. If you haven't Leap Slammed in a while, it will Flame Dash faster. I don't think it does it for like Blink or anything, but this is one of the main reasons why we do the animation cancel on Flame Dash, is because if you were just Flame Dashing everywhere, you would be casting it like its full duration a lot. But because we throw Smoke Mine, we detonate it, and then we cast Flame Dash, a lot of the times it will be just long enough to where we will get the fast cast of Flame Dash, basically. So in a race, I opt to skip Fairgraves. You can do them if you'd like. In a league start, you would just run through the ship graveyard cave, and you would come back to Fairgraves after going to Cavern of Wrath.
Gotcha. So we do go back to town now for something?
Nope. You just keep going on.
Okay. And we are not doing the deliriums currently, right?
Correct. You can do it if it's something good. Like essences would be really good here, because we want to essence our boots, and eventually we're going to need 2 more essences for our rings that we're going to do at level 20. Hi Brandon, hope you're doing well as well. Hope you're doing good too.
I'm 2 levels under. Should I be killing a bit more, or is that a pretty reasonable range at this point?
That's fine. Usually you want to be just around 12 when you kill Merveil, a little bit after Merveil, but a lot of people will overfarm the zones, but you could just be faster and in a zone that gives you more experience. The way that XP penalties work are that you just need to be 3 levels under the zone and no less than that. Well, I guess no less, no more. But every 16 levels, it'll increase by 1. Usually for X1 and 2, it's a little weird. Make sure not to level up Arcane Surge, by the way.
Oh, yep. I always do that.
X1 and 2, it doesn't matter that much. Usually you'll be around the zone level, so you don't really have to worry about it. It's really like Act 4 and stuff like that, where, you know, the zone's level like 32, and you want to be like level 29.
Gotcha.
Or 28, somewhere in that region. Act 2 is a bit strange. Or Act 4 is a bit strange, sorry. Ooh, Acceleration Shrine. That'll be nice for Merveil.
Oops. Throw my smoke mines in random directions.
That's right. So here our pre-trap doesn't actually do that much damage, and you're gonna want to not face a single ability or you will die.
Okay, yep. Usually a lot more powerful by the time you get to Merveil.
I mean, in my opinion, having the wand craft just means we're ultra powerful, so.
In a racing context, at least.
So remember, every time we want to fight a boss or an elite, we're going to throw down Orbistorms and then throw down our Stormblast Mines.
Gotcha.
This is because the Stormblast Mine is a lightning skill, and every time we cast a lightning skill while we're near our Orbistorms, it will proc a little lightning zap.
It actually does. Wow, okay. I didn't realize the mines did it.
Yep.
I feel like my
it's
flasks
one of the reasons why it's been so OP.
Ah, okay. I feel like one of my flasks are a bit underpowered at this point. I should have gotten better flasks.
Yeah, it's okay. Sapphire ring would be really nice. If you have like an extra iron ring, you can go ahead and sell the iron ring with the blue fireball that you get earlier.
Oh boy.
Careful the bulls. Why is leveling Arcane Surge bad? So Arcane Surge says that if you've used this spell recently, so in our case, our Orbistorms and our Flame Dash, it will give us Arcane Surge, which gives us more spell damage. But when Arcane Surge gains levels, it requires higher mana. So we're not going to be proccing Arcane Surge 100% of the time that we cast Flame Dash. Like if you see us cast Flame Dash here, we're not going to proc Arcane Surge because we procced it off our last one. So it means that every other time that we use Flame Dash, it's going to proc. Whereas we want it to proc every single time. So yep, perfect. We're going to start with currency, pick up the rare items, then the blues.
That was like the scariest mobile fight I've done in years.
Sounds about right. That's usually how Mervale is for racing. Now, Mervale feels a bit strong, Gravicious feels a bit strong, and Act 10 in a sense is a bit too tanky. But I think that's just because Grindier games saw how fast we were deleting bosses. So, leather belts are super important. You can imagine, you know, plus 40 life as being like, well, just an insane increase to life when we only have 200. So.
I did a chat. I made it to Act 2.
Nice, in half an hour too.
Hey, not bad. Better than I was expecting. All right, so we're looking for transmutes or alts here at this point?
We're looking for alterations, so...
I'm going to be identifying most of this then. Should get us the alts. Okay, cool. And is there anything else we're doing down here? That's all?
You're going to go to the right. I guess we're going into unexplored territory.
Yes, this is beyond my homework scouting. I only did my homework up to Mervale.
That's right, I'll bust out the PowerPoint. So here we're going to look for the den. I think it might have been down to the left, but we can just keep searching around.
Yeah.
When you find the den,
oh
there it is. You're going to place a portal. And you're going to come back to it later.
Okay.
So after we get the waypoint, we'll go ahead and do the den. If we did the den now, it would put us in a weird spot afterwards if we were to exit the den and then go to the waypoint and then go to town.
Yeah, gotcha.
The alternative would be to do den and then log out, but then we'd have to backtrack through old fields, so it doesn't make much sense. So this is why we do it like this.
So hit the waypoint, go back to town, go through a portal?
Yep.
Pretty sure I clicked you, Den. Let me in. Let me in!
Sorry, it's just New Zealand load times.
So we doing any Einhard beasts for like recipes?
If there's like 4 next to each other, sure.
Okay,
something to consider is, yeah, I mean if they're like super squishy mobs, you can. But bears have significantly more health. Same with like Jolems, so we typically don't tend to stop for those, especially if they're like essences or something. The only case where we'd stop for like a big Jolem boy if he was an essence would be if we really need an essence. So we're gonna log out.
Nope, I wasted a portal. Oh no, I moved my. No, it's fine. We're good.
That's alright.
That's okay.
Talk to Yina. Go to the waypoint.
So we're getting Quicksilver for Moose Meat?
Yep. And you don't have to ID every time you have a little bit in your inventory.
Yeah.
Just because you basically want to vendor as little as possible, but also as efficiently as possible.
Forgot to fill up my Quicksilver flask there.
That's okay. I mean, by the time that we start killing mobs, we'll already have it. So like this is an easy essence. So this is just a free rare basically. Yep.
How much do we care about like chromes and stuff like that?
We care about chromes a lot. So
okay.
Chromes are deceptive. Chromes you will pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to like 10 or something, and you won't use them. We save chromes until later on when we find a piece of gear that is too good to pass up, and we need to have it conform to our colors. Chromes and jewelers are basically our way of cheating our link like priorities. Like basically you are restricted to using your blue green and your blue wands, which is fine because we're not going to find anything better. We're going to do wand crafts on them. It's going to be good. But let's say you found like a life sprig or something. If it's like a random blue, you can't use them. You're locked into your current wands. The same idea applies to other pieces of gear. If you found like amazing, the waypoint will always point in the direction of the stairs, by the way.
That's right, it's down this way.
Yep. But like, let's say you find an amazing pair of movement speed boots. You can't use it because you currently have your Stormblast mine down there.
Yep. Should we put out essence on our boots?
Yep. Well, actually, no. I would hold on to it because you will need to. In this zone, I always go down first. So like, you enter the room and you go down.
Okay, gotcha.
Reason being is, if you go down and it's the correct way to go, then you're good.
We do need our trials. Yep.
Yep. If you go down and it's the wrong way to go, you'll just hit a wall. If it's the right way to go, then you're good. If you go up and it's the right way to go, you're obviously good. But if you go up and it's the wrong way, you're really in trouble a good majority of the time. You could go on a, pretty big ruse cruise.
The ruse cruise. In this case, we're going to keep heading in this direction because the other way was not anything.
And don't forget to throw down Frostbomb whenever it's off cooldown.
Gotcha.
Here we can put in Elemental Overload, so it's a really big node. One of our biggest.
We're mainly proccing that with Orb of Storms, I'm guessing?
Kind of just proccing it with any skill. It will be up on bosses because of the Orb of Storm, Stormblast Mine combo a lot, though. So here I like to throw the Orb of Storms in the pack, and then I like to throw the Stormblast Mines towards the boss, because Orb of Storms will zap all the nearby monsters.
Gotcha.
And you can go in and log out. Yeah, early on, the reason why we don't really use portals is just because it is a bit difficult to get as many portals as we need.
Gotcha.
And you can go ahead and think chat.
Scurvy, thank you for gifting 10 subs, mate. Appreciate it. I'm not going to read all the subs now, but welcome new folks. Appreciate it, mate. So, are you going Arcane Cloak or Herald of Thunder or something like that here?
We're going to grab Herald of Thunder, and the reason why we needed the alterations from earlier is so that we can talk to Yina, and we can grab Skitterbots.
Ah, Skitterbots, okay. Which is these little dudes.
Yep. And what I would do here is I would use those blue gloves because you have a green socket in your helm. This does put us into a weird position though, because we are now basically locked into using our helm.
Gotcha. Until we get something else.
Yep.
We're going left
and
now?
Yep. And this is why racing is so much fun. You're basically doing like an inventory simulator. You're playing Tetris. You have a list of items you need. Like all at the same time.
I like it. It is a fun puzzle. It's pretty enjoyable to kind of like have that feeling of getting significantly better as you study these things, or even like getting little improvements that start to add up.
And I mean, like, progression is a dopamine all on its own. So like getting the Wandcraft feels like, wow, I just doubled my damage, you know. I would definitely stop for that though. It's a really big pack,
right.
And we do want to be 16 by Weaver. I have made that mistake before.
We're a bit underleveled here, so I'll try and kill a little bit more of these monkeys and stuff. Not using my Quicksilvers probably as much as I should be here.
That's okay. But yeah, our XP is pretty much perfect, but if you see a large pack of monsters, you're always going to want to stop for it, even if you're a tiny bit over XP.
So you liking puzzles? I like puzzles when they're not obviously a puzzle.
So I'd stop for the Essence, just careful of the explodey boys.
Oh yeah. Where are we headed on the passive tree now?
So you're gonna go Dark Arts, but one thing to note is that if you go back to the waypoint really quick, I want to teach you something.
Yeah.
Weber will always be on the opposite side of the road. Alira will always be on the same side of the road. So you're running across the road. Oh, Topaz ring.
Yoink.
So you're running across the road, and we're just gonna look for Weber on this side.
Okay.
And don't forget to stop for large packs of monsters like that, or that. I think we gotta go up.
The skill we're using is Stormblast.
No,
no, it's down. Stormblast Mine is the single targety sort of skill we use for bigger packs. Oops. So Dark Arts is this node up here, the dual wieldy one. So we go up and into that.
And you're gonna do it on the right hand side.
Okay. Any tips for navigating this place? I always get lost in here.
Yeah, if you go back to the entrance, just really quick.
It's already at the entrance here.
This zone right here, like this room, if it lets you go up, you'll always go up. If it lets you go down, you always go down. Right. You don't go like to the right ever. So if you go down, you just keep going down and left.
Down
so
like
you
I was
keep
here?
going. You would go the way you were just going, just a second
back
ago.
up this way?
There's a chance it's a wall, but you would take that chance.
Okay. So if it lets you go left, you want to keep going left. Gotcha.
Yep. And there it is.
Oh, too far over there.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. And now, if somebody at Grinding Your Games could help fix this boss, that'd be great.
Oh god! I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah, this is part of what makes racing really cool, is that you're basically playing a super gimp, super weak character that can do all the content, but you have to play it well. So.
Oh god! I'm getting killed on every major boss. It's great.
That is A-okay.
Ow!
We didn't die to Fidelitas, so...
Yeah, that's true. I made it through one boss without dying. Feels good.
But yeah, this is why I asked for the boss to be fixed, is that we get a ton of mobs, but they don't do anything. I think they should give a small amount of XP.
Yeah, it's like tons of champs and stuff, but they're not giving us any XP at all.
Or any loot.
Yeah. Shredded.
One thing to note is that Smoke Mine applies the same thing as a Stibnite, and so it will blind the mobs, and so if you're worried about dying, you can Smoke Mine past a mob or just incorporate it into your Stormblast Mine combo, and then hope that you don't get hit.
Okay. Seems like a good strategy. Hoping that I don't get hit would be very good right about now. Oh my god.
Something that I do is that every animation that they attack, I just flame dash through them, and so I try to avoid the attack as much as possible. So like you'll throw those, and once you see the monster go into an animation for an attack, you'll just flame dash through it to get not only away from the attack, but also to do a lot of damage.
Gotcha. Oh
yep, just like that. Perfect. So I'd grab that home. Pretty cool colors, and you're gonna want to log out. Oh.
No portal in this case.
That's okay. It's just that there are some cases where using a portal makes us a lot faster, and so we save those portals till later. Yep.
Gotcha.
You can get controlled or elemental focus. We're gonna need both of them, so.
Okay.
Here you can go ahead and sell the Yina. You want to sell...
We're looking for alts?
Just one more ult, really. And you can sell like Frostblink and the Fireball as well.
Okay, Frostblink, Fireball.
Yep. And you're gonna hold on to the other one just to make a Sapphire later on if you need it.
I'm gonna make the decision to buy a flask.
There you go. Don't forget to put on your auras in your gloves.
Yes, we can now. Okay, and we're gonna go back to Western Forest for the side quest?
Nope, you're gonna go do Creighton.
Oh, Creighton, right, okay.
Basically, we want to do the side quest the same time that we do Alira, and we're gonna help Alira in a majority of cases.
Yes, I'll do a slash deaths at the end for y'all. I can do that.
Don't forget to put on your ores as well.
Oh, yep.
There you go.
Yes, the pros will be doing this deathless tomorrow in the, well, hopefully deathless in the 80 race. The 80 camel race.
Oh, weird.
Yes.
I mean, I probably won't be doing a deathless, but...
That'll be the intention, at least.
Pretty much. A lot of these races kind of just comes down to who doesn't die and, you know, who's practiced a lot, because there aren't too many people that are racing in
also,
the majority of these.
I wanted to thank you for taking time to coach me today instead when you could have been practicing.
Yeah, it's alright.
But you've been practicing. I saw on your stream you've been practicing.
I've mostly just been practicing for the method rush races more than the camel race.
Gotcha.
The camel race is important, but I think the rush race is where I want to put most of my effort.
Here we are, killing all bandits or helping Oak, or what's the...
We're going to help Alira, and
Okay.
we're going to grab that whetstone and go in and log out.
Gotcha. Sorry if I'm not answering questions during this chat. Obviously, we're focused. This is a bit more of like passive watching content for you folks, but feel free to chat and things like that, and we can answer some questions as we go as well. So now we're going to
now
Alira.
We're gonna go do Oak.
Oh, Oak first.
No, we don't do Alira because we want to kill Oak first.
True, we want to help Alira, so we have to kill Oak. Gotcha.
If you're playing a build that wants to kill all, though, I mean, you would still probably take this pathing because Alira is a bit scary, but you could do it in whichever order you want.
Gotcha. Now,
you're gonna want to make a hard turn left. If you don't find them in the middle of the zone, you're gonna check for a left side oak. Okay, so you're gonna grab the waypoint and you're gonna go north. This is a weird zone.
Okay.
Yep. North, it's a different zone.
I would have traveled down and gone all the way over the place over.
Down and to the left, I guess.
Down to the left. Gotcha.
Yep. I thought we would have spotted the left side oak, but basically in this zone you check for oak to be in the middle. If it's not in the middle, you go towards this area, and then if it's not there, you'll find a waypoint instead.
Gotcha.
And oak is as colorful as always. One thing to note is that oak will cast sweep, which is an OP skill, by the way. Secret strats. So usually I like to throw in smoke mine, otherwise he will sweep and destroy all your mines.
Oh, it kills the mines as well. So do we just
so here we would log out.
Okay.
But normally you would go to the waypoint and you would waypoint over to western.
Gotcha. Wait, over to western, not wetlands, since we got the waypoint already. We're going to do Lyra first. Yep, makes sense.
So you could, so you're gonna go on the same side of the waypoint for Lyra, and you're just gonna want to go straight to the wall, and you're just gonna go down from there. So this is what you can do if you're a little bit scared of elemental damage. Personally, I like to just progress on through all the way to caverns, where basically it tells you no, you can't progress through until you do the bandits. You're gonna help Lyra, so you don't need to. You don't need to do that.
Don't need to restack it. Gotcha. We're gonna do these side quests while we're here. The passive. Do you do this passive side quest down this way?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
In like an Act 5 run, you wouldn't, but I'll stop for that. Blue pack.
Yeah.
Ooh, an alteration too. 2 portals. Pretty rich, dude.
At what point are we gonna try and equip a chest armor?
So we equip one around like Act 3.
Gotcha.
But if we find one that's like really amazing, then we'll equip it earlier. A good portion of the time, I don't equip a chest until either it's a 4-link in Act 3 or beyond, or it's like, yeah, you can go back to Act 1, or it's like really good stats. Here we're going to talk to Vestal, talk to Nessa, sell her items.
Do we need anything from here? I think this is our old quest we didn't need. Now we're looking for transmutes or alts, or what's the priority?
Kind of looking for a bit of both.
Okay.
You can just ID a couple, sell the rest. Here, I'd go ahead and take purchase items, and you're going to pick up elemental proliferation.
Prof, where's this one? There we go.
Yep.
What's
and now you go to the that'll be for Orb of Storms later. Here in Act 2, you actually go back to the town.
Okay.
And now you'll go back and you'll do Northern Forest. Well, you gotta do Vault Pyramid first, I guess, but
up through wetlands. Gotcha.
And the reason why we go to the Act 2 town is that every time you log out, it will put you in the last town that you were in.
So I see.
This is important later on in like Act 3. When we get all the trials, we're gonna go up and we're gonna grab the Aspirin's Plaza trial, or the waypoint there. That way, when we go and do lab in Act 4, we don't have to go back to Act 3, beat the boss, run through the Act 3 town again to Act 4 town, then go from there. You'll automatically be in the Act 4 town. Sorry, that was a lot to dump on you while you're running.
I'll passively absorb some extra information through osmosis.
Hopefully.
Or I can watch the VOD later. Whoop, whoop. Catch anything I missed? No, this is all dead ends. All dead ends all day. I know this zone still trips people up.
Yeah. A lot of the times it's gonna look like either an S or an N.
So this would be the N?
Well, actually, no, this one's a bit weird. This one you just like swivel around, I think.
Oh, not this way. What? Dead ends. It's alright, I've just fully explored the zone. TyTyKiller, I'm lost. You're supposed to be turning me into a racing god. I'm lost in this zone.
Sorry, you're just gonna want to go straight to the left here.
Straight to the left? Gotcha.
Yep.
Oh man.
And it'll be through there. Then you'll take the first turn. First U-turn you can.
First U-turn. No?
Not this way, but...
Not this turn.
I mean, there are lots of zones where if you don't know the way to go, you could always just basically pretend like you're in a corn maze and just have your hand against, you know, the right-hand wall and just keep walking.
Stick to a wall. Gotcha.
Yep.
Just full clear.
That little room right there.
Down this way.
Mm-hmm.
What? Not the other way? Oh my god. What even is this zone? Okay. We made it. We made it through.
One common misconception is that because you've fully cleared a zone, then you've effectively wasted a lot of time. And sure, you could look at it that way, or you could think about it like this. You just caught up in XP quite a lot, and so you actually kind of needed to kill a lot of monsters, so it's perfectly fine to misread zones. If you're not like a rank 1 speedrunner, you don't have to worry about misreading zones. Sure, you'll spend a lot of time in certain zones more than others, but, you know, as long as you're having fun, it doesn't really matter, right?
Hey, that's it.
Don't forget to put in dark arts here.
Yep.
Nice. And I would stop for the spec.
Also that flask. Oh boy.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
I'm okay. Calculated.
Yeah, it can get a bit difficult to micromanage 5 different skills.
Yeah, it is a lot. I'm finding myself like using Storm Plus when I shouldn't be, just kind of like defaulting to right click.
Yep, you can think of it like every time you want to use Storm Blast Mine, a good majority of the time you just want to put down Orbital Storms.
Right, gotcha.
In a majority of cases, chat, we will use just the map overlay. So we'll just press tab and have the map up 100% of the time. I guess I should have like 90% of the time. There are a few cases where like minimap would be used, but it's uncommon. One thing you can do on boxes, so if you encounter a freeze box that has some other nasty thing on it, like let's say you encounter a rare strong box that has like, you know, freeze and explode, you can actually click on the box, and if you have good enough ping and good enough reaction time, you can click on the box and flame dash away. Here you're gonna grab the recipe, and we're gonna want to go. Yeah, I guess you can just progress on Deval.
Okay.
Normally at this point, normally at this point you'd be level 20, and you'd have done the trial. The crypt, I believe.
Any reason why we didn't go do crypt here, or?
We want to be level 20 so that we can do 2 wand crafts at level 20, but
okay.
We aren't close to level 20. Like, going to crypt won't level us up, so it doesn't make much sense. We always wait to do the crypt trial until after we have dark arts, because dark arts gives us a lot of movement speed, gives us a lot of recovery speed, and you want to put on the point in dark arts to the left of that, like on the left hand side. Like basically you get the full wheel.
Okay.
There's some people who don't like the full wheel and they get the left hand side later, but
those people are wrong.
I like getting the full wheel. 6% movement speed's kind of nice.
Nice.
I would say that it's like kind of YOLO strats, but
Nope.
So the first, like set tile, if you will, in ancient pyramids, a little weird. It's always going to be in one of the 3 random corners. Sometimes you get a little messed up on where that is. So usually I just like to check, like one corner, and then I sweep the rest of the layout. And you don't have to go fully into the corners because you would see it from far away.
Yeah. Now it's just
now
straight
that you've
across.
encountered, yep, it's always gonna be straight across, and the layout's gonna get smaller because it's a pyramid.
Oh.
So I get smaller.
Never thought about it in that way.
Yep. So here you're in the bottom left room, and you're gonna go to the top right room. I would stop for blue packs, by the way, because we do want to hit level 20 before
That
doing
was the
ball.
blue pack, was it? Ah.
Yep.
Level 19, 75. We're not there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something.
Do something. Something.
And I would grab this spell damage craft. So you hold on to elemental proliferation until you're using Orbistorms full time.
Gotcha.
You don't use Orbistorms early on because it got nerfed pretty heavily, and it just doesn't cast as fast as we'd like it to.
Is there anything I should be crafting?
Nope. We're gonna need these 2 for rings coming up.
Okay.
I mean, you could essence the Topaz ring because we're gonna sell it, but that's true. I do know what it is to be pretty under level. Usually, you just want to focus down the ads when they're you're able to, and then a good majority of the rest of the time, you can build up a nice little chain on Vol over Soul. You can go in and detonate. Yep. And whenever you need to dodge, oh, he summoned rocks, so you just run to the other side of the arena. Rocks can very easily kill you.
Oh yeah.
Standing on them. Oh, he's summoning rocks for like 5 minutes. Remember that Orbistorms will always do a little zappy boy to any mob near it when you cast Stormblast Mine. So let's say you want to Stormblast Mine the boss, but you also want to kill an ad.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to put Orbistorms near the ad, and then you want to Stormblast Mine the boss.
Gotcha.
Pick up the rare item, and we're gonna go do the trial.
Oh yeah, over in Catacombs.
Correct. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, they changed the rocks on Var recently. They like seem to fall in like waves and groups now.
Yeah, they're super scary.
Yeah.
One thing that's important to note is that all your skills should be on attack without moving, by the way. That's why like your movement might feel a little weird sometimes. And our goal here is to hit level 20 at the very least.
Okay. I think we can manage that. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why I'm storm blasting packs. Just habitually defaulting to it when I'm not thinking.
That's okay.
It's a bit of a run, this place.
Mm-hmm. This is why we wait until we have Dark Arts, and I like to do it a little bit later. Usually we don't wait until Oversoul, it's just that it lined up this way.
Yep. Yes, I'm trying to use my Quicksilver Plus. I haven't been very good about it.
That's okay. Racing is a lot of mechanics on top of each other. If you don't feel super comfortable doing the Smoke Mine, Detonate, Flame Dash, then you can just ignore it for the most part.
Yeah, and just stick to... You can... For you guys who are watching this and wanting to learn from it, you don't have to apply everything. You can like look at the best case scenario and then just scale it back a bit to what you're comfortable with and still get a lot out of it.
I would always kill Rogue Excels, by the way, for how much rarity they provide. And they drop one of every item slot, so...
Did not even
Not always
see
rare,
that.
but... And you missed the trial. It's a little book right there.
Got it.
That's okay. But yeah, it's kind of like learning like a competitive game like StarCraft. Like you don't have to go in and be Korean right off the bat. You just go in and you learn like, okay, I want to focus on economy this game. I want to constantly make, my workers. Okay, I want to focus on looking at the minimap. I'm going to start a timer and every 5 seconds I'm going to look at the minimap, if you're playing League or I guess StarCraft as well, but like there's lots of like little things that you just kind of like build upon. and that's what racing really is.
That was very true. It's my experience of learning StarCraft, actually.
Yep. And so here we're going to do the wand craft again, but we're going to do it with 2 rare rings.
Ah, okay.
And so you're going to talk to Yuna.
That's why we kept our 2 essences.
Yep.
I'm going to buy 2, whatever. We need specifically sapphire, or we make rings? So
we're going to go with 2 lightning rings.
Okay, so we want the iron rings.
Well, you already have a topaz ring, so you could just use that instead.
Oops.
But yeah, you can sell the iron rings. You can sell both of them at the same time.
We don't need lesser poison?
Correct. Lesser poison is a flat amount of damage that is very small, especially after we have the wand crafts, and especially since it hasn't been leveling up.
Gotcha.
So yep, we're going to take the wands, take the colors out of the wands, or the gems out of the wands. Of course I know about ZiggyD's StarCraft history. I was studying his StarCraft 2 VODs before it came out.
That was your homework. So we need to... Wait, we need the rare rings as the higher version of the recipe, correct?
Yep.
So we're gonna...
And so normal rings will give you a tier 8 roll and be level 8.
Gotcha.
Magic rings will give you a tier 7 roll and they'll require level 14. And these will be a tier 6 roll and they will require level 20. You can actually just sell them all at the same time and do both of them at the same time.
Okay, sweet. Thought the recipe wouldn't work if you did both at once in that case, like it does screw up some other things.
Perfect. And we keep moving along.
Sweet, and we're going to Act 3. Nice. Yep. My goal was to try and hit Act 3 in this 2-hour coaching session, by the way, chat, so I'm exceeding expectations.
I mean, we're pretty much always just shooting for half an hour an act. That's usually what I recommend people to do. I think it's pretty reasonable with a bit of practice, and we're already meeting it, so we're doing great so far.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Careful of the red beast.
Yeah.
So Clarissa actually has a lot of time before she can stand up. She's been sitting in her chair all day. You know, her knees are kind of achy.
Yeah.
So usually when you kill that little boss, you like run around, see what else you can kill, if you can fix inventory during that time. Basically, you're just trying to minimize how much downtime you have.
Gotcha. And now are we going to continue straight on or go into the middle of town? If we're going in the middle, we probably log out, right?
You go straight on. Yep, there's nothing we need in town until we get our keys.
Gotcha. Chat wants a slash deaths. I think we're at 5. 5.
Hey, he knows. Good memory. That's what that shows. I see a champion. So trying to improve himself. Yep.
Ah, me. What are you talking about, the champ monsters? Now, do we leave a portal here?
Nope, because we're gonna log out after killing Piety. So
okay, that'll kill the
portal will disappear.
Gotcha. Tips for navigating this zone?
Not really.
Yeah, fair.
I'm trying to think of something, but usually it's just away from the sewers.
Yeah,
that's not true play. It won't be here though. You'll want to go to the right and down.
Oh, okay.
That's not true play. I don't really get upset at people. I think it's really entertaining for me and makes me happy when people are learning and they're actually trying. I get upset when I tell people things and they don't listen at all, but that's just a personal side. It doesn't have anything to do with coaching.
Now this feels like a lot of dead-end action going on over here. Now, because I'm also trying to figure out where I'm going on the tree next, where's the next stopping off point for that?
Next stopping point is going to be the Templar life nodes. Those give a large amount of life.
Off to the side or in the middle?
Those will be to the left.
Okay.
Since we are under XP here, we're only level 20 in the 25 zone. Even though it follows our XP rules, Act 3 and 4 basically go through levels like really quickly. So we want to be like at least 21 here.
Okay, gotcha. And our trial as well.
Thoughts on using fog in the upcoming races? In the camel race, it'll be used scarcely. In the method races, even scarcer, I guess, even more rare.
champs. Oh, too far. Piesto viable test.
And here you can go ahead and pre-trap Piety. It won't actually do much damage to Piety, but you're mostly scared of not only taking damage from Piety, but also the jabronis around her.
Yeah.
Chad was asking earlier what other bosses I felt like were fair, and I guess this Piety feels pretty nice.
Yeah.
She's scary, kind of terrifying as melee, but still good.
Thanks for all the sub-gifts, folks. Appreciate it. Alright, are we doing anything in town here?
Yeah, we're going to talk to Clarissa, we're going to grab the keys, and we're going to vendor. Even if you have quite a bit of space left, you're still going to vendor because you need as much space as you get. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha.
We're going to talk to Maramoa to get connectivity. It's not super important you do this here. In fact, you could just grab it later if you want, but I like to grab it here.
Gotcha. So we're going for this life cluster here?
No. The other life.
Are we going down through this way then?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Wasted a point. Okay.
We'll get Purity Flesh later on anyways. There's a bit of debate right now as to whether or not Purity Flesh or Devotion's better, but I like Purity Flesh.
I just, delaying our life by 1 node will be okay. Respect your full. I don't have any respect points.
You will when you complete the bust quest coming up.
Yeah, that gives some as well as the other one.
If that doesn't give it, then I definitely know the one in Act 4 does, so.
Amy's slamming my misplays in chat right now.
That's alright. That's what partners are for, right? So the key with the bus is that there's always going to be 1 bus before the waypoint, and there's always going to be 2 after the waypoint.
Gotcha. Don't want to miss that waypoint.
Yep. This room in particular tells us that the other bust is going to be at the exit.
So we go up and to the left?
Yep. Perfect.
Damage is feeling pretty good since that upgrade, I guess.
Careful. Again, you can click on the thing and immediately after press Flame Dash away and hope that you get frozen far away. Otherwise, that would have been a very easy way to die. This zone is where it starts to become fairly intensive on resists. So it's nice to have a Sapphire Ring for Merveil. It's nice to have a Topaz Ring for Chamber Sins 2. But it's really nice to have like Lightning Res here, and it's nice to have Cold Res in Lead Trial coming up.
Gotcha.
This is a case where like if you have resist rings, that I would definitely stop for this. So good job for that. This is a case where like if you have like a Sapphire Ring, you would like hold on to it, and once you enter the trial in Marketplace, you would just go ahead and equip the Sapphire Ring instead of something else.
I'm pretty sure I've leveled my Arcane Surge all the way up to level 7.
That's alright. Here we can try to click on the thing and Flame Dash. A little bit too late, but that's okay.
Gotta be a little faster with those Flame Dashes.
Yep.
Gotcha.
You can do the same with Leap Slam and it looks really funny, but it's not the same because it's not like an instant dash.
Are we doing the trial here now, or?
Yep.
Yep. It's alright, my Arcane Surge is just up half the time, but it's slightly more powerful when it is up.
That is true. What do you mean, Amy? What I'm saying is that you'll click on the box and immediately after move your mouse, like flick your mouse as if you were playing CSGO or something, and then you would Flame Dash.
Nice.
So yeah, we corrected our XP. You're doing great.
Sweet.
It's not gonna be over here though.
Yeah, that's the questy thing, whatever. Oh, there used to be an old golden chest over there when those existed.
Oh, what now? Sorry, that was probably before I was born, so.
Before you were born. That was a while ago. There used to be these shiny golden chests that had better loot, but they were like super farmed, so they got rid of them. And there was one over there. That's originally what this zone was for, a golden chest.
Oh, huh. Pretty.
before there was trials.
Later on, we're going to need a chance orb. And if you don't have a chance orb, you can sell the orb of fusing for a chance orb. It's not the most ideal, but that is a-okay.
Gotcha.
You can throw down a smoke mine and hit the box and detonate. You're going to log out, by the way. And here we're going to grab our skill point. And then normally I'd grab skill point and connectivity at the same time.
Right.
Going back to the strongbox thing, where it's like freeze, you can do a smoke mine, but I found less success on it with smoke mine than using flame dash.
Wait, what am I doing? We continue on from Marcus Place. Got it.
Yep. Is there a trick to knowing where to go in these areas? So some zones have a nice little tell, other zones don't. I think you should focus on the fundamentals of racing, mainly being like having a plan before you get started, making sound decisions as far as inventory goes, so like inventory management, and knowing what you want before you get there, or when you get there, I guess. That way you can minimize your downtime in town. When I played the Path of Exile 2 demo, I had a lot of fun because I didn't know where I was going, but I could still go fast because I had the fundamentals of I don't know where to go, but I know that I need these items when I go back to town.
You'll naturally develop a bit of a sense of zone reads anyway, without even realizing. Just as you play, for a lot of
over
zones
time.
at least. Yeah.
Here we do an XP check. If you're level 24 or close to it, you can go ahead and do docks. We're not close to it, so we're just going to go to Solaris.
Oh, we're going to Solaris, okay. What's the reason for that?
We're going to get penalized too much in docks for going there first.
Is it a bit higher level, is it?
Yeah, so these zones are like 26. I believe Solaris is like 27, and then for some reason docks goes up to 29, because I think Grinding Your Games expects you to go to Solaris and find out, oh no, I needed this sulfite, so I gotta go to docks now.
Okay.
But if you were to go into docks at level 23, you would only be getting 3/4 of the experience you would normally be getting. Whereas if you go into docks at 24, you would be getting 95% of the experience you would normally be getting. Which sounds a bit weird, but basically, don't go to docks if you're 23 or below.
Thank you, Valken, for gifting a sub, mate. Appreciate it, buddy. Sometimes getting a little bit over that smoke mine combo.
One other thing to note is that because we weren't high enough XP to do docks, because we weren't high enough XP to do docks, basically you're just going to progress through the zone, kill large packs of monsters as normal, and on top of that we're going to farm docks, like a lot of docks, basically. You're going to like full clear docks, essentially.
Gotcha.
So, a lot of people get upset when they misread docks, and they're like, oh no, it was the last, little way. The only case where you'd be upset is if you were already like 26 or something like that. Ooh, unique items. Yeah, I'd stop for this. I mean, not stop for it, but I'd do delirium on the way, maybe.
Get like 2, maybe 3 rewards here.
Let's go for 3. Feeling confident. Basically, you can imagine it like once we hit level 8 and we do the wand craft, we get super powerful. We double our damage. You hit level 20 and you do 2 wand crafts and you double your damage again. So once you reach those thresholds, you become uber powerful and it feels really good. Kind of miss the old bosses for that reason, is that you hit level 20 and then you just one-shot everything, but obviously that's not the direction the Grinding Your Games wants to do in it, so not too lucky, but that's okay.
No Taboola gamer. Whoa! I'm okay.
Frostbomb saved you, but there are going to be times where you encounter a DD and freeze walks, and that's going to kill you. So we don't have any reason to talk to Diala, so we're just going to go to docks instead.
We're just getting the waypoint here for now.
Yeah, because she's going to tell you need the soul fight. So
right.
Pretty much what Grinding Your Games would expect a player to do is to just go to Solaris and be like, oh no, I got to go somewhere else.
I'm like sometimes throwing my smoke mines, then flame dashing, and then detonating afterwards.
Yeah. Even a lot of top racers do that, and I do it occasionally as well. I think every run I do it, maybe a few times.
For me, it's about half the time, but we're getting there.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that takes a lot of practice.
At what point do we stop frost bombing, or is it pretty useful for quite a while yet?
It's going to be useful until a bit later on. So some people will use it here. I prefer to hold on to it for a bit later, just because Orb of Storms does not feel that good, or as good as it used to.
Yeah.
Basically, once it stops one-shotting things is the answer, but as far as an in-depth answer that is actually useful, as far as like where you'd want to stop using it, that's up to you. It's up to preference.
Gotcha.
Same concept as the maze thing earlier. You're just going to hold your hand against the left-hand side wall or right-hand side wall, whichever one you prefer, and you're just going to keep hugging that. And because we want to hit like 25.5 here in this zone, we're just going to fully clear it.
Gotcha. And by fully clear, you don't mean kill every single monster, you just mean kill a lot of them.
Correct. You're going to run through the entire zone. At the end of every single one of these little like pathways on the docks, so like that spot right there that you were just in, there's always going to be an elite. So if it's not the waypoint, then there's always going to be an elite everywhere that you hit like a dead end, if you want to call it that. The end of the pier, I guess. And that's why docks is such a good XP zone.
Classic docks farm.
Yep. And don't forget any whetstones you find along the way, because those sell for 4 scrolls of wisdoms each. You don't need the waypoint here.
Woo.
Yeah, you're right, Amy. This is a really good fishing spot, but we can't show it in the camera race.
Yeah.
We can only do it off stream. I mean, I guess we can, but we definitely can't do it in the method race. So
yeah,
so that one has to be streamed.
Highly illegal. So I should probably hit the vendor here.
Yep. And you're gonna have to ID the unique items, because unique items for whatever reason don't sell for anything other than a scroll fragment.
Gotcha.
You could look to use the helm, the heat shiver, because it gives a lot of resist, but that's okay.
Not anymore, I can't.
And because we're level 24, you can actually check for a 4-link from Hargan.
Ah, okay. And we're potentially starting to look for chests if they're decent too.
Yeah, but the only reason why we get a chest here, so there's a 4-link gloves, and they will conform to our colors, because they're an int base, so you're going to chrome those a couple times. Looking for like 3 blue, 1 green.
Like that?
There you go. You're going to essence them. And now you're going to throw on, at this point, I'd probably use, you could use either a single target setup there, or you could use Orb of Storms. So it's whichever one you prefer.
So Stormblast Mine would be the single target?
Yep.
So that would be...
With Control Destruction.
Oh yeah, and Ellie Prolif. Wait, no, not for this.
You can go back to Act 2 now, and we're going to pick up some cool gems.
Cool gems.
Yep.
Clap, clap, clap.
You're going to pick up Elemental Focus, Trap and Mind Damage.
Oh boy. Okay. Elemental Focus, and Trap and Mind Damage.
And you can pick up another Elemental Focus if you like.
Another Elemental Focus? So many gems.
So Elemental Focus in with that, and you hold on to the other gems.
Do we swap out Trap and Mind Damage for Swift Assembly? Or just leave it for now?
I mean, you can if you want, but I typically don't.
Okay.
And so now your single target's like super juiced.
Juiced.
Here we go back to the Act 3 town.
Oh, okay. Back to Act 3 town first.
And then you go to Solaris. Again, same concept as earlier.
Oh,
when you log out, you're going to show up in this town again.
Yep. Gotcha. Save us pain later.
So you want to grab the JD amulet as well. Just because we have a lot of dex requirements. Anything is better than just a normal amulet, so you always take it.
And now we go back to sewers?
Yep. You can actually smoke mine across that gap, by the way, from the corner of the waypoint.
From there?
Yep.
No way. Not the other way,
Sage, thank you for the sub. Yeah, going to the waypoint is very difficult. You have to be in the right corner for it.
Like how TyTy's thanking my subs for me. Thank you, Sage Topian. Appreciate it, buddy.
Don't forget your ores again.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Where are
they? Should be in your inventory.
Oh, we've lost them because they run out old gloves. It's alright, we have spots for them. Sweet.
Perfect.
I would have forgotten those for hours.
That's alright. I think both Ty and me forgot them in the race. This is where connectivity can get a bit nice, because these bosses are pretty tanky. Acrovis just feels a bit unfair if you don't have good fire res, but
don't think I can have a
we have double wand craft, so we are OP.
Oh,
careful.
Not that OP though.
That is true.
Death count 6.
It's alright. You can think of it as 6 learning opportunities.
Indeed. What sort of chest will we be looking for when we do try to start equipping one?
So you're just gonna start IDing chest pieces. You can ID chest pieces earlier if you don't need them.
That's quite good.
Chest to use.
Yeah.
It's got life. It's got resist. It's got pretty much what we need. I don't like using pure armor base just because it slows down movement speed by 5% instead of 3%.
Gotcha.
Which is the main reason why we don't use the chest piece early. The other time where I'd use the chest piece is if it conforms to our colors. So if it has like a 3 blue, 1 green, or if it has like a blue, blue, green, and we're really desperate in Act 2 or 3.
And for you folks who are looking to like watch something like this for just improving your general leveling and not so much for racing, just equip a chest earlier. You know, do it in Act 2, do it at the end of Act 1, that's fine. The slowdown is not that big a deal for general play.
Yeah, you don't have to get crazy and unequip your chest piece in the middle of town because you want to speed up your movement speed by 3%.
We're like 4 levels under now. That's pretty comfortable.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, not this way. I'm getting very lost in here for some reason. So straying from the main path.
We do want to hit 27 before Scepter of God though, because we do want to hit level 28 in Scepter of God, if not a little bit before then.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't even remember the last like proper official race I participated in. It's been a while. I mostly did the shorter official races when those were around. But I will be doing something racing oriented participation wise soon, but it's a secret for now. Yeah,
secret off-stream practice, I see. That's what this is for.
I don't think this this particular guide probably won't help me that much for what I'll be doing, but
that's alright.
It'll be helping me in a general
sense. If you need any
sense.
other help with racing, you can let me know.
Yeah, I'll hit you up for some strats from our secret upcoming race that I'm participating in.
Maybe not secret strats, but well-known strats.
Okay, well-known strats, gotcha. I don't get the secret strats.
You gotta pay extra for that. Tier 3 Patreon supporter.
Oh, dang.
Yep, perfect. As soon as you go up the last flight of stairs on Solaris, or Lunars 2, sorry, there will be 2 different ways to go, left and right. One side will have 1 cart, and the other side will have 2 carts. And you always go on the side with 1 cart. The same concept applies in Act 8 when you're in Lunars 2. It's that one side will have 2 carts, and the other side will have no carts. So you go on the side with no carts.
One of the few zone skips I actually do know. Or zone reads, I should say.
Nice.
It's an old school on that one. Probably should have killed those champs.
Yeah.
I forgot about
we
them.
do need experience, but that's okay. Here's where connectivity is pretty big.
Yeah.
But
I still don't have equipped. Oh, what?
Okay.
Wait, oh, that's my screen. I thought I died. Oh no, I just de-equipped my aura. Full panic mode engaged.
That's okay.
We're okay. I got this. Easy game.
And you can go to logout. And we're gonna grab the XP. Or the skill point, sorry.
Skill point, gotcha. Yeah, I thought I died too. I must have accidentally hit escape and had my menu come up.
I thought you were trying to log out in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Where do we get this? Gregor for this one?
Yep. We always talk to my boy over here. Grab our skill point first. Then we talk to Clarissa. And since we don't have a chance orb, I would AD that helm. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't sell the fusing, you just buy a chance orb.
Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, don't sell the helm.
Oh, I sold the helm, buddy. The helm is gone. Alright, what do we need?
Pick up Lightning Spire Trap.
Then I thought we get that as a quest reward.
Nope, which doesn't.
Ah, okay. Okay.
You can go and put in passive points. Elementalist is a pretty nice node, although I think they renamed that to like Holy Dominion or something.
Holy Dominion? Gotcha.
Yep.
No helmet upgrades for me, buddy. White leather cap is where it's at.
So here we're going to look for the waypoint, pretty much just following the road. The pop-up that chat's talking about to disable is that every time you log in, if you don't have a key bound to something, you're always going to go top left, by the way, for the trial.
Oh, yeah? Oh, right, true.
Yeah. If you have like an unbound key or like keybind, I guess, it will pop up every time you log in and it'll say like, hey, you need to bind, you know, pick up all nearby items. Or something.
Yeah, I wish I could turn that off.
For me, I just bound them to keys I never press, like F9 through F12. My hand will pretty much never go there. So, yeah, XP is perfect. So, and now we'll log out. And this is the strat we were talking about earlier, where we go to lab, and we're only going up to lab to grab the trial.
Going up to lab? Sorry?
Yep. So we're gonna go to the Aspirants Plaza in Act 3 town.
Oh, okay.
So if you pause for a second,
yeah,
and think about this conceptually, when we do lab at level 31, which means that at level 31, our lightning spark trap is gonna level up, and we're gonna get pretty big. And you could do lab at 28. I prefer to do it at 31 just because it's smoother. But you can do it either time. Basically, when you come back and you do lab in Act 4, if you were in Act 4 and you would be in the Crystal Veins, you would go from the Crystal Veins to the Act 3 town. You would run all the way from the waypoint up these stairs to the plaque. You would go to the waypoint, and then you would progress on and do lab. After you complete lab, you would be in the Act 3 town. By doing this right now and grabbing the waypoint right now, when you're in Act 4, you're going to be in the Crystal Veins. You're going to take the Crystal Veins waypoint straight to lab. As soon as you're done with lab, you're going to finish it, and you're going to pop out at the Act 4 town. So you don't have to go back to the Act 3 town.
Wow, okay.
And you can take the waypoint from there all the way to Jordan's as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we don't have to come back to town. There's no reason for that.
Yep.
All right. And do we go right from the waypoint to get to Scepter?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're just gonna follow the road.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, and if you we're gonna grab Lighted Divinity.
I figured that would be the case.
Yep. But yeah, another downside of doing it, like going from the Act 4 town to the Act 3 town and going to the trial for lab would be that when you go to the Act 4 town, you actually have to go to the Act 4 town, or else you'll log out and you'll go be back in the Act 3 town afterwards as well. Did he just say Jordans? Yeah, like Jordans of the Galaxy.
Oh, God. Classic.
Haven't you seen the movie before? Here we're going to check the
Guardians
corners.
of the Galaxy.
Yep. Here you're going to check the corners, and you don't have to go into the rooms. You would actually see the exit beforehand. If you see a nice juicy pack, though, you can go ahead and go into it. Stop for it. So like you see how you can see that those staircases like way before you even got to the corner.
Gotcha. We don't really need waypoint here.
Yep. I mean, if you're on a league start, you probably would, knowing how often we disconnect on a league start.
Wow.
If it's a league start, I'd grab it. If it's a race or literally any other time I'm leveling, it wouldn't really matter.
Yep.
So our goal is to hit level 28 by Dominus. Hopefully we will be a little bit over 28, but it's fine if we're not, so.
That was a big dead end. I'm gonna guess this way.
That's okay. If you remember earlier, we need XP anyways, so
yeah.
I would stop for that pack. You got a Stormblast Mine into the proximity shield though.
You have to be standing in it for Stormblast Mine as well? Or does it work? Oh, you can just throw it through.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Just gonna throw that smoke mine there and leave it. Like, pretend like I never threw it. Don't worry about it.
That's okay. One thing that I've been trying to improve on recently is that if I misplace a smoke mine, if I move around, like vision, like say you place a smoke mine there and then you run around the door and you walk around it, if you detonate it, it won't like teleport you through the door, but it will activate smoke mine and you will get the movement speed from it.
Ah, that's pretty clever actually. You could totally use that to your advantage, son.
I mean, it only really happens when you misplace your smoke line, but
True.
In a race that tends to happen quite a lot. So
get that death counter ready. No, I got this.
And don't forget connectivity here.
Yeah, I still don't have it equipped. I noticed. I can equip that. Let's get it happening mid-fight.
There you
go. Oh.
Yeah, that guy can shotgun you really hard, so you gotta be a bit careful. The cool thing though is that we will hit 28 off these packs, and so you can put a lightning spire trap on.
So we'll be able to do that for the boss himself, even.
Yep. Now it's not going to take much damage from lightning spire trap, but that's just because of the not only nerfs to it, but also the immunity phase stuff.
Yeah. Damage mitigation at the start of the boss appearing is what TyTyKiller is talking about in a lot of cases. Bosses don't actually take any damage at the start to prevent them from getting burst by mines and stuff. Just not much.
Yeah. Like sometimes during Twink runs, they don't really take that much damage as they should. Whereas before they would have gotten one-shotted.
Finally right-clicked my Arcane Surge, by the way. Just wanted to say. Bit late.
That's alright. Here I'd go back to town. I would put Lightning Spire in the boots, so then you can link it to trap mine damage.
Ah.
I agree. You put like either one of those auras in the chest piece, and I'd go back to town so that you can refresh your flasks. You're not gonna have enough mana for this fight.
Ah. Yes, I have no flask whatsoever right now.
I don't like throwing all my Lightning Spire traps at the start of the fight, just because
the damage
mitigation. Yep.
Right, gotcha.
So I usually just throw one, and then I Stormblast mine the rest. And then afterwards, that Lightning Spire trap expires, I'll throw the other three.
Okay, so tickle him a bit at the start, then dump the others once that mitigation wears off.
Yep.
Gotcha. Are we looking to hit the champs at the edges of this zone, or just carve our way through?
I would, just because you just barely hit 28.
Right.
But that's just because we're slightly under our XP. Like, it's very easy to, like, mess up your XP in a run like this. In a lot of cases, it's, like, kind of hard to see, like, if you don't know what you're doing, then it's hard to see if you even know if you messed up your XP, so.
Yep.
So, basically, just stop for every pack, go to the sides, and grab the magic packs.
Champ packs. Not killing the boss.
Yep. TyTyKiller, Racing Expert, and Heartbreaker. I guess that's true. I've broken up with a couple girls for video games.
Gotta do what you gotta do, buddy.
That's right. Priorities. But yeah, our XP is pretty good now.
Okay, so we have normalized or solved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 29, 33, 4 levels under. Highgate.
And you can breathe a sigh of relief as our XP is pretty fixed.
We just head straight down because we don't have anything to do in town yet.
Yep. The only times I would vendor here is if you were super desperate for a 4-link.
Gotcha.
Or if you oh, there you go. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I did it.
Or if you had like an entire full inventory, then I would go ahead and vendor. Here, since you're blue and you're green and the helmet don't have to be linked, I would just equip that chest piece or that helmet, the new one.
Ah, sure.
Just because it's got way more base stats and it's got a bit of res. I mean, almost no matter what, I would just equip that, even if it had no stats on it whatsoever.
Yeah, I should be off to the right here, I think.
Normally,
18 minutes. Go on, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, normally I just kind of like follow one wall and I just kind of like take that all the way around.
Okay.
Because Docks isn't the best zone for XP, but Act 4 does get a bit tricky on experience, so.
Nice.
Nice.
What's
and
this?
you're going to log out.
Don't need that one.
It's a bit expensive.
Yeah. McCoy was saying we have 18 minutes to get through Acts 4 and 5. Somehow I think we won't be making it to our topic kill.
Here we're going to want a vendor because we don't come back for quite a long time.
Right,
That's all
gotcha.
like after lab. And another thing you can do is you can... So we're going to go to... we're going to go all the way to caverns, I believe. Like crystal veins, whatever it's called. Basically, we're going to go to the next waypoint. And we're going to take the waypoint back to town. We're going to craft resists on our wands. And then we're going to do lab. And we're going to be pretty big.
Okay. Craft resists on the wands. Gotcha.
Yep. That's just because the wand craft keeps an open suffix.
Yeah, so it's guaranteed. You can do that every time.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a huge fan of doing it, but it does make it very easy to do in a pinch, and we are rich now, I guess.
Rich, rich in Varlorbs. What's the Varlorb strat? Just slam the gear?
Yeah, I mean, if you find a tabula.
Slam it. Probably wise, eh?
Fun fact, in the race, I was actually... After I died, I was looking in my inventory for a Varlorb, and I was a little sad that I couldn't find it, because I wanted to vol my tabula.
Ah, that would have been great.
Would have been pretty cool.
Too bad.
Celebrate, and then I just walk off stage. Nothing to see here.
Just getting a bit of sulfite, don't worry about it.
That's alright.
Now I'm banking skill points currently. I need to get those and spend those. So are we heading towards that next life cluster or anything else?
So here I like to get the Templar movement speed with the attack speed. I think it's called like precision, I believe.
Yep, I
We're gonna
gotcha.
need those points anyways. And now you can go towards Purity of Flesh, or you could do Devotion, either one. So those will be your next 2 life nodes. If you don't feel super comfortable, you can go ahead and grab Heart and Soul. In addition to the life nodes that we're about to pick up. When do I do Delve? And when is it worth doing Delve in a race? Yep, perfect. I do Delve in a very, very long race. Like,
yeah.
Like a 90 plus race, I guess. If I'm league starting, depends on how I feel about Delve. If I think that map sustain's really good, then I won't do Delve. If I think map sustain's really bad, then I'll do Delve. If I want to have fun in Delve, then I'll Delve. If I don't think Delve sounds like fun, I won't do it. It's the cool thing about the new master missions is I get to choose the kind of content I want. You should just always play the game the way you want, right? It doesn't matter if you're making less than the other guy, as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I have a huge appreciation for racing and like doing like shorter race events and stuff. At league start, I take like 12 hours to level and engage in the league mechanics like crazy. At league start, you know, you just even if it's much less efficient, you make a lot more currency, get into maps quite faster. Do what you enjoy.
Yeah, I appreciate it because because I won't do the league mechanic hardly at all, and I'll be like, this doesn't feel rewarding, and then I'll see the ZiggyD video, and it's like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to do it. All right, thanks, dude.
Memories of synthesis.
Yeah, synthesis, betrayal. What else? Delve, I guess, to a degree. But Delve was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Koton, thank you very much for the double sub, mate. Appreciate it. I found the hideout. Crucial
Very
racing
nice.
strat.
I have actually tested the hideout XP strats.
Yeah. Farming the hideouts.
So here we'll go back to your...
Oh, yeah.
Here you can go to town and grab the skill point if you want more life. You're not going to get like a notable or anything important. So
yep.
You're just doing this for a small life node. You're going to put on the 2 lifeless. Yep, perfect. Didn't even need to tell you that. You can go for heart and soul or purity flesh. I usually opt for... Yep. Now you're going to go to your hideout and you're going to check your resists and see which of the 3 resists you need the most.
I don't know about macro on. So check which of the resists we need. We need fire resist.
Well, I guess that's it. So then you'll just craft fire resist on 1 and it'll cost a transmute. And you always have access to these 1 transmute resist crafts at the start.
Nice.
So yep, you're good to go.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Cool.
We're gonna go to lab.
Oh, we're going to lab. Oh god, we're going to lab. I didn't think we'd make it this far in the 2 hours. Coaching has been too phenomenal, dude. It's been too phenomenal.
And I mean, we've even stopped at a couple points too. You're just zooming.
We're going hard. All right, 12 minutes for lab. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on level? Pretty comfortable?
Are you 30 or 31?
30 at the moment, 30 and a half.
I mean, that's okay, I guess. But ideally 31. It's alright though.
You actually get these if you come past them?
Only if it's charge oils.
Gotcha.
Which it will be in the future. The second one is. So normal lab, this very first room you go into is always going to be the same. This layout,
yeah. Huh.
This layout that you're in is always going to be the first room of lab. You're always going to take this path and go straight to Azaro. After that, it could either be top left or top right. So since Azaro is basically like Vol Oversoul, and I can go put something in the microwave while it rises up, I like to check PoE lab while he's rising up. So like, he'll start rising, you all tab, look at PoE lab, alright, thank you, suit size small. On a league start, lab notes will be available because suit size small and the boys run lab on normal, or on standard, sorry, before the league. And so they like to get that updated as soon as possible.
Oh god, cracks me up. It's yeah, I never knew that the first room was always the same. I never noticed that.
Yep.
I didn't check PoE lab. I'm not that confident. Sorry, it would have killed me while I was like clicking the images.
That's okay.
Lots of champs in here, I'm noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you're not really going to fall too far behind in XP doing lab.
Mm-hmm. And now, by checking PoE lab, I can see the top left is the way to go, but I want you to experience this by... You have to go through the layout now. If you go the wrong way here, you just have to bite the bullet and go through.
Yeah? It's not faster to go to the other zone?
Correct, because otherwise you're going through... You're backtracking. And backtracking not only means that you're going through a zone you've already been, it means you're getting no experience. Here, you're going to at least go through the zone and you're going to get experience. It's going to be a little bit longer, but you're going to get so much more for doing it.
Hmm. I would always go to the other door if I came into that situation, though.
Yeah, in that situation, I wouldn't click that Stormbox.
Yeah, I thought better of it. It'll be the one that kills me.
Yeah, many a times have I clicked that, and I have perished.
Oh no, this is not where we're
doing this.
No, I'm not doing. No,
sure if
no.
You click on each one once, it'll open up.
Which one?
I just click each one of them once in like a clockwise. So just once.
No way. Oh my god, he did it! Oh my god, he's a genius!
It's just hours of Nintendogs on the 3DS. What can I say?
What the fuck? I always struggle on the puzzle so much. And TyTy's just making me rich here. This is league start
we're pretty
wealth.
big. We got a lot of money. If you're on a league start like this, you're pretty happy. You got a lot of money going on.
I'm cashed up and good to go. So, do we want to kill the gargoyles for this one? Or just kill
I like killing a couple.
Like killing a couple?
Gargoyles get a bit scary. I mean, you gotta kind of like wait until they become targetable. Alright, well, we got lucky and the first turn you're throwing stuff at is targetable, but this is why I like getting the thing that helps me kill the mechanic. Gargoyles is like one of the only mechanics that I like to do it on, because you will walk around a Zaro. One of these gargoyles will become targetable, and you'll just one-shot one of the other ones that isn't targetable. And you'll kill two of them at the same time, and now you can just kill a Zaro, and it'll be fun.
Okay.
And perfect timing, actually. You killed all three and a Zaro.
Nice. Calculated.
Yep. There's a few different strats you can do. Like, for example, if you have, I believe is it conduits, or is it? No, it's idols. Like, idols will leave little bears on the ground, but they're pretty easy to dodge. And so you can just leave the idols and let them rise up. And then, ooh, that's chess piece. And then you just get an extra key for doing it. If you have 75% fire res, you can actually just walk on the fire and pop a life flask, and you'll actually overheal it.
Oh,
if it's a level 24 flask, you will sustain your life. So yeah, you can try walking over the fire, and you'll see that.
Making me nervous.
So you're fine. Nope, you can keep walking over the fire. As long as you don't walk over these spiky boys, you'll be okay.
Don't get ruined up at the same time.
I would only walk over it if you had enough fire res to do it, though.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Or like 74.
Would be unfortunate to die at the last part of lab.
So we go through in this one, you reckon?
Nope.
Not
just
this
because
one.
the other one's super close, and there's not that much backtracking to be involved here. I would.
All right. I would have said that was insane if you told me to go through that one. Like, no way would that be faster. Insane.
I mean, it's not insane if there was like, you know, a big reward for doing it, but this is a normal lab, so
yeah.
And this one will always just be the like middle one on the left, I believe. So you'll encounter like a little mansion here, and you'll go down.
Down?
Well, I mean, you'll go in the mansion, but
wait. You did this to me.
Sorry. There might be an entrance to mine down.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, gonna go around.
I guess there was an entrance. I would stop for that pack.
Whoop. It's alright, I had a plan. Long load screens. That's where I do most of my killing, while waiting for a load screen. I clear the whole zone.
Yeah, when I was practicing for ExileCon, I went to a net cafe and practiced pretty much any time I wasn't at the event. And I thought the load screen things were like a meme until I actually played on it, and it's awful. It's like borderline unplayable.
It is something else. It's like, it's weird how it's like pre-load screen lag though.
Mm-hmm.
But you make the most of it, you do what you can with it.
I believe we call it instant creation time, ICT, and depending on your distance from Texas, it gets longer.
Uh-huh.
So that's why people like from EU are automatically at a disadvantage, which has been cause for a lot of debate, and we want Grinding Gears games to change something, but we can't really change anything. It appeals to like 10 people. Here
so
we're
what
gonna
do you
go Elementalist.
Yeah?
And we're gonna go for the Herald nodes.
The Herald nodes, which are... Wait.
Mastermind Discord in the middle. Yep.
This one?
So we're going, So you're going for those, but you're just gonna get those. Those are really nice.
Gotcha.
In the past, we would go for elemental proliferation, but fun isn't allowed, so we got nerfed into the ground.
Yeah, no fun. No fun allowed. Like, these ones are pretty good, so you'll be doing that. In the 80 race situation, so like your race tomorrow, you'll go do Cruel Lab as well, but not Merc Lab. Or you will do Merc Lab.
Moving on, you're gonna want to
secret strats.
I like enchanting my gloves, especially if you know you're gonna hold on to them for a while.
Too late. No glove enchants.
There's a couple glove enchants that are kind of smurf.
Okay, pretty nice. Well, that was pretty awesome. We're gonna end it there because that's basically the end of our 2-hour session. Lab's a nice ending point. I didn't think we'd get lab in. I thought we'd get like Act 3 done, but we got into Act 4 and got some lab action done. Feels good, man. That was really cool. Yeah. Thank you. That was super helpful. What would be your things that I would say after seeing me play here would be the biggest things that I should focus on if I were to continue practicing? Doing my homework. He gave me homework and I didn't do it until 20 minutes before. Oh god.
That's okay. Outside of memes, I would say always have a plan of what gems you need and know where to get them. Basically, you can follow the same concept for others like builds. So like if you're playing melee, for example, you're gonna follow a pretty similar pathing as far as like, you know, you go to Mudflats and then you do Tidal Island after getting the submerged waypoint. But you're gonna get like your level 4 gems there, you're gonna get your Quicksilver there, and you're gonna think like, do I need, you know, what am I gonna do for Dweller? You know, you follow the same pathing for that. You think like, what gems do I need? Well, I need a level 10 gem. When do I get that? Okay, I get that after Brutus. When do I need a level 12 gem? Oh, I get that after I enter the caverns, you know, for Mervale. And there's just lots of things like that that are generic, like things, like they're fundamentals almost. When we go on a PoE2, the people who have the fundamentals down and the people who don't will be very evident. It will be very clear to see who has just memorized the content and the routing that you take, and who's actually practiced their inventory management, their planning, as well as you know, their adaptability, if you will.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's gonna be a big shake-up when that happens for sure. That was really good. I felt like I learned a lot, and it was really cool hands-on experience, and you did a great job coaching me through it, Ty. Thanks. Do you want to give people like a little bit of info if they would like some race coaching themselves? You know, whether it's for improving like their league starts and getting rich at the start of the league, or otherwise if they want to get into actual racing, what can they do?
You can just follow me at twitch.tv/TyTyKiller. I have VODs on my YouTube. I think I have like a couple race guides that might help you out, but I've got a lot of different builds there. I plan on posting more. I don't offer coaching too often nowadays, just because I'm really busy. I have school and I have work, and on top of streaming. But whenever I can, I try to help people out. So maybe don't expect coaching yourself until it's like towards the end of the league. I don't like to do it before patch notes because sometimes I'm not too sure what's going to go on.
Yeah, fair enough. But maybe something to keep in back of people's minds if they want and you have a bit of spare time. But definitely check out some of those VODs and stuff, and check out TyTyKiller on Twitch. TyTyKiller_, right?
That's what it is on Twitter, I believe.
Ah, okay.
TyTyKiller was taken by somebody with 0 followers, I believe.
Wow.
He deserves some more.
Thank you very much. That was super fun as well. I had a great time with it.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to practice.
Yes, thanks, practice for the race. I look forward to casting you tomorrow. I look forward to casting you tomorrow, buddy. Good luck. Have fun. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
Well, that was super awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the race practice. It was some really cool insights in there, and it was really good to like get some hands-on in a more focused manner. I wanted to do this before I did some more race casting. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.